All right, our second to last video for this is color change. So we are going to be animating between 5 and 6 seconds. Go ahead and make the color change layer visible, and we're going to hit the little arrow next to it, drop down menu. And we are going to be adding on a new animate option. So go to our animate little arrow here, and we are going to use tracking. So tracking, and when we turn this on, sorry, yours should pop up. Tracking amount is how much space is between text. So if I stretch that out, it gives more space between them. So we're going to have it's going to make it look like the text is kind of flying in from off screen into place. So as always, we're going to set our keyframe for our ending, our endpoint. So click on the little stopwatch, and it's going to end there. And then I'm going to go back to the beginning of our animation, so 5 seconds. And we're going to click on this little 0 and drag it to the right so it stretches them out. If we go to the left, it kind of condenses them. You can even go backwards. So we're going to drag to the right, keep going all the way to the frame. If you can't quite get all the letters off, I'm going to go back again, click on the number, and then I can drag it back out. So get that C out of there. All right, so, and then I'm going to hit my space bar so I can see how that looks. All right, so again, not the most smooth, so we're going to play with some easing. So I'll select my keyframes, I'm going to right click on them and use Keyframe Assistant and add Easy Ease. So let's watch that. And what's bothering me is that C is coming in slow all by itself, and you're not seeing any of the other letters yet because they're so spread out because of the extra space between the two words. So this is a job for Graph Editor. So I'm going to go click on Graph Editor. And what I can do is make it so they fly in faster and then slowly drop into place. So to do that, I'll click on my Graph Editor, and I'm going to start by stretching this out. So I have a steeper line here. Again, a steep line means it's moving more quickly. A flat line means it's moving more slowly. So I'm going to kind of drag this out. That's about as far as it'll go. And then I'm also going to take this and angle it down so I have that really steep drop. So now watch the difference here. So they all show up faster and then kind of slide in. You can keep playing with that. I'll kind of drop that down even more so it's faster. So you see how they kind of pop in there. And it's going to smooth that out because it gets a little bit sharp. All right, that's much better. So that was tracking. Now we're going to play with color. So let's turn off the graph editor. Bring our back to 6 seconds. This is a fun one. So we'll go to animate, and we're going to fill color. And you have these different options. So you can do RGB is red, green, blue. Not really much different from hue. Saturation is how intense the color is. Brightness is how light or dark. And then opacity is it see-through or not. So I'm going to just click on RGB. And you can see right away it defaulted to a red color. So I'm going to go to my fill color, switch that to a white, click on the stopwatch so I have my endpoint, and then bring my tracker back to 5 seconds. And now I can click on this little box and switch it to a color. So I'm going to end it as white. Hey, Ivy. So I'm going to switch the beginning color to red, hit OK, and you'll see it added a keyframe in for me as soon as I change the color. So watch, it's coming in red and then slowly fading into white. Now, if you want to get really colorful with it, you can change that color as many times as you want. So let's add in, I'm going to actually make my starting off color. Let's make it, I like magenta. Let's start magenta. And then let's go 10 frames in, and let's make that color, let's go cyan. Oh, sorry, my daughter just woke up. All right, then we're going to 20 seconds, or 20 frames, I mean. And I'm going to click on that color, and I'm going to switch it to yellow. Let's go. Make it bold. So now watch, it will fade between those different colors. You can also go in and drag these. So if I want to drag these around in there, I can adjust them a little bit. I got my colorful color change. So next we're going to be going over some different animation and effects, and then also how to add in and animate shapes. So as always, hit File, Save before you exit.